Today we're going to examine the most KPL-like KWC team from Honor of King Global Region. Why do I say that, you might ask? Well, this team, this very unique and awesome team, I happen to be a great fan, a big fan, by the way, for this team, has gone to China and boot camp with one of the best teams in the world, the Wolf team. And they happen to give me a very nice jersey, so I have to talk about it. This is OG, by the way. Look at this wonderful jersey from HoK. HoK is the Clash laner, one of the most handsome looking in Honor of King Pro, I would say Pro League, right? KWC, great jersey. I'm gonna put it to the side. By the way, we're in Saudi Arabia. It's a great weather outside and it looks fantastic. So without further ado, guys, let's take a look. Why OG is probably one of the most underrated underdog in KWC. Okay, let's take a look at this draft, by the way. I would say this draft is quite interesting because we started off the draft. I mean, if you didn't see the process, how the draft happened, we started off the draft with Luna and as well as Liang, right, on the side of OG. This is right after Long or Aoyin now. The name has changed. Aoyin got picked up. And then we have Princess Frost. So the interesting thing about this is from OG, they probably have a specific draft pattern to see, okay, if they pick Aoyin or Long, they're probably gonna go with Liang as well as Princess Frost, right? Or should I say Wang Zhaojun at this point, right? A new name. Now, from side of OG, they decide to take Liang and Luna, which is really good. Byron is also really good because once you have some character like Luna, you need something really strong in laning phase. Okay, you need like Mai Shiranu, you need Byron to help you secure jungle. Because if you're getting something weak, you're prone to being invaded, right? So, by the way, I want to talk about HoE as a character, right? The interesting thing about HoE is you probably don't see HoE, you probably don't think it's a meta character, but the thing about this here, when I talk to some pro players, is it forces an engage, it forces a team fight because it's ultimate. Short range, long range, if you get lucky with ultimate from really far away, it's really good. But sometimes, just in lane, for example, short range ultimate from HoE is gonna be super good. Imagine your jungler ganking a marksman lane. A lot of times, if you play jungle position, you're probably frustrated. Like, yo, like I'm ganking this lane and there's nothing happening. There's no sets. I cannot do anything with it. I'm just coming to the lane, wasting my time. But well, with HoE that changes, right? Even though it's, you would think one of the probably weaker marksmen in the game, but not really. So back to what we're saying regarding the draft, right? We do have Mai Shiranui, we do have Byron being taken out by OG to secure the early game for Luna to farm. And Dowdo is one of the best players. I think he's import from the Chinese region, and he's really, really good, right? In jungle, I've watched Dowdo's Jing, I've watched Dowdo's Luna. This character is a different beast. Look at that, right? I mean, that's just uncalled for. He just goes in 1 versus 2, no problem, right? What's the big deal, huh? Who cares, right? So let's quickly go to the bottom side gank. Let's take a look at this rotation here. You have Mai coming bottom. This is 4 people on the bottom side, right? And the team probably not aware. So you have HoE forcing the engagement onto Zhang Fei, right? You probably think, okay, why do I engage Zhang Fei? Well, engage on anyone. Early game lead, the few hundred gold that's going to everybody is OP, right? Just go on anyone. And they go on the most obvious target, Zhang Fei, and force the ultimate, well, kill Zhang Fei, Zhang Fei use a stun, and then force the ultimate from Long, Aoyin. Now Aoyin can't even defend this properly, right? Because Mai is still hitting here, still waiting here, until Wang Zhaojun showed up. By the way, I gotta check unspilled. What exactly is unbuilding? Because he might be building something really tanky on HoE, right? Probably just mostly leveraging the ultimate to engage. You can see right here on the bottom side, he's playing really careful. He can't even do much because Zhang Fei is not really the best engage. I would say like it's decent. Look, OG rotated top side and get a kill, get a pick out to Dalton. Interesting. Ult comes out. The reason why this ult comes out from HoE was just to engage onto the crowd, and then because Zhang Liang is coming. Now the thing is, obviously, Mu Chen doesn't have ult to follow up. It's mostly going to be Chen CC and just to push enemy away so they can defend the tower. So this is about 1,300 gold lead in 4 minutes, so not a lot, just steady. However, when you have a draft like this, when you have HoE and Luna, your early game steady and in the lead is extremely good. It's a good success. And look at Liang, right? He has ultimate, but decided to hold it for as long as he could until the rest of the team show up. Now Wen is in a tough spot right here. He's not sure what to do. Oh! Skill 1 flash from Coco. By the way, Coco, I'm a big fan, okay? Coco has a lot of female fans. I mean, it's good. It pays out to be good looking. I wish I'm just like, I wish I have half the I wouldn't say half the height. Because that would mean like I'm a midget. I wish I'm like, just get a little bit more height and then half the look, right? We'll be one of the most popular pro players. Okay, let's take a look at rotation here. You got OG cleaning mid, and then they have 5 people on the bottom side. I want to see their rotation, if there's any resemblance compared to KPL, right? Compared to Wolf team, are they doing macro correctly? You know, because they went to China to train for a long period of time, to boot camp, and then the aim of that is obviously KWC. OG have invested quite a bit into this team, and then let's see if it, you know, with this team, it kind of manifested. You can see like the formation of it, right? Right now they have many different options. You can have Luna being the split push, but Luna is obviously stronger and has a lot of farm. Luna has 5.4k now, right? The most farm on the entire map. The most farm on the other side is the tank Flowborn was 4.7. So it's about like 1,000 gold ahead, 700 gold to 1,000 gold ahead. So I would want Luna to be in team fights. But with OG, how they position it, they have Byron who's a little bit tankier to play with the team. And then Luna, it's gonna be a split pusher. Right, as long as you have a clear, defined 4-1, I think it's pretty good. Right, what we saw yesterday with Blacklist was there wasn't very clearly defined formation of the team. Whereas a look at OG, training in China definitely helped out. Right, I was talking to like any teams, if you have the opportunity to go train in China, it's gonna shape, discipline the players. Because otherwise, if you don't, you're just gonna go 0-4 in every scrim. So let's take a look at this engage one more time. Princess Frost or Unjudging Waste is ultimate. You have Liang on the side, ulting, right? The tank Flowborn, who got, well, I wouldn't say, is that tank Flowborn? I cannot tell. Oh, that's Sun Tzu, okay. Oh, the skin looks so similar, and I'm watching from a really tiny screen right here. Yeah, Zhang Fei can't even tank it. Same, neither is Sun Tzu. They just get completely destroyed. Double kill on Dao Dao. He's really farmed. And now they're taking the lead and converting to objectives, right? So that's an Overlord, that's a mid outer tower. By the way, you want to have Kings of Tower are called outer tower, inner tower, and high ground tower, and then you go to the base crystal. So that's where we are, right? They took 2 towers out of it, and then which extended the lead to 5,000 gold. Byron's always their front line. They're using Byron's front. Oh, here we go. The engage comes out into the tank Flowborn. Zhang Fei with a counter engage. Obviously Liang ulted just slightly earlier, I would say, right? But the entire team collapsed. Now here's something I want to talk about compared to Blacklist we were watching yesterday. I'm a big fan of both teams, but obviously you see from here, there's a lot less stage fright. And let's take a look at this formation here. Again, from OG's perspective, there's in this specific composition, their 4-1, their 1 is going to be Luna, and then they're looking at that. Zhang Liang engaged, and then this time it's going to be Zhang Fei, but Byron stayed in the front, just not dying. And that's why, right? Byron's full tank. That's why he's doing that, because he's so tanky. He's not dying whatsoever. He's tanking all the shots. Oh, Long goes in like that. It's going to be a suicide. He's able to survive. And when is overextending for sure. The same as OG, I think that there's a little bit of off sync in the team fight, and that's the difference, right, that you see. The team still need to work on. I would say global region is this. OG is already one of the strongest teams in the global region. You know, just now the off sync coming out from the team. Whereas I think Liang for sure, Mu Chen, is using ults a little bit too early. If it takes a step back and be more patient after the skill comes out, and leveraging, just use the stun, let Wen do the poke to the initiation with skill 1. Here we go, right? See Zhang Liang with ultimate, but the Liang ultimate, I can see like it forced the team fight to begin. However, they don't have enough damage to kill the frontline tank right away. So I would have for sure waited just slightly until the Long comes in or some sort. But either way, like OG, one thing that OG is doing that compared to what we watched yesterday is OG for sure is playing together, and that's paying dividends, right? Just the playing together part is now helping them winning this game. They leverage that team fight win, take 2 high ground towers, took the Shadow Tyrant as well. So now they have 10,000 gold lead, right? 9,000 gold lead, which is pretty decent. Let's take a look at this fight. If anything, it should be a Byron force engage, right? Let's take a look at the team fight here. Tower push. Well, who is the 1, who is the 4? Honestly, a clear definition. And there we go, right? Now it's Cuckoo in the front line. He's always in the front line to open up the map, extend the control a little bit, so the team can step up. If you don't have a front line who can step up, it's really difficult for the team to step up. But here we go. This is his fourth team fight. Team's looking for. The engage comes out, and this time onto the tank flowborn with tanking immense amount of damage. Able to survive? Oh, not really. Beautiful engage from Wen right there. But I think like if Wen's gonna engage like that with skill 1 flash, he should have either Splendor or Sage Sanctuary. I think that's what he had. Look, this is exactly what I'm talking about with HoE, right? It's an ultimate to force a team fight, and it's really effective. And that's gonna be it for game 1. So let's look at game 2 here. Game 2 draft. We start out Alpha Gaming with Pei, and then they're picking Fatih Yixing Pei, so pretty strong. On the other side, we do have the Algorand Diadea, so the most OG, most used synergized combo in the entire Honor of King Worlds. And if you're looking to play jungle and support synergy, if you're looking to practice something, I think Algorand Diadea is something that you can start off with, right? Because it's really fun. And let's take a look. Lady Jin is last pick. Lady Jin and Dharma is obviously really good engage and disengage type of tool. Whereas you also have Diadea who can force engage and follow up. A lot of sustain lane, really strong. Diadea is one of the strongest lane partner to go with, especially with someone like Algorand. For those who didn't know, Algorand's a skill 1 passive where you go over the wall. Diadea can step on the same path and step over the wall, which is pretty cool. And that's a synergy Easter egg that new players who are just watching Honor of Kings or learning Honor of Kings might not know. But Diadea and Algorand is a couple, so obviously it's synergized together. On the other side, I'll say Alpha Gaming picked pretty well. They have Yu Huan, one of the strongest, most popular roam, and they have Yixing, they have Pei, right? But the invade obviously did not work out here. However, if you watch the previous game, if you watch the game that we analyzed from AG, how they invaded, right? Zhongyi, Zoe, like how invaded is, he doesn't just go for here. He would actually go clean lane first and invade together as a team. And that didn't work, right? So he solo invaded and that didn't work out. And now top side, easy first spot. You can see Fatih wasn't even realizing that, he's fighting 2 people at once. And then he's trying to fight, and the moment when he tried to fight, he realized, crap, what did I get myself into? Another 10 CC. The flash has been exhausted by Fatih, and that's first blood. OG, and by the way, like, you should be careful, because like this should be considered standard, I would say, right? In terms of early game on Clash Lane. A lot of marksmen, there's a lot of marksmen, support who like roam, who like to go to Clash Lane first because of the teleportation. Seems in the middle lane, you can see the support was disconnecting, there's a little bit of technical issue. All right, let's take a look. 2 minutes here, okay, boom. Just a little bit of, poke. Diadea is so strong, such a lane bully. All right, here we go. Dude. Diadea is a must learn. By the way, watch our guide on Diadea, right? It's such an important character to master. If you're looking to play roam and you don't play Diadea, you call yourself a roamer? No, damn, it's not a roamer. Okay, my book. So here, let's take a look at this invader right here. You have Lady Jin comes in a little bit too early, and then I think Wen, sometimes I'm not so sure about some of the decision making going on, right? Wen is a little bit of a oddball, goofball sometimes. Right, solo walking into the bush like that, that's definitely uncalled for. That's not necessary, and he has to use freeze on himself just to keep himself stay alive a little bit longer. But nice save though from the team. They picked him up, so Wen's able to get out just in time. However, like that's not something that that should be a standard practice. All right, let's take a look. With Wen being very low, the other side, Team Alpha Gaming looking to invade because there's no midland. The engage come in. Fatih is here, ultimate. This is just retreat angle from OG side. Are they able to get out? Yes, they are, because they realize Dharma is already teleported. So Dharma's presence scared off the entire team, and that's what a Clash Lane is for, right? That's what an actual person is for. You definitely need a number advantage in this game. So let's take a look at this rotation. I'm going to continue to look at rotation here. Dharma. Oh, wait. You have Agron, Agron's teleporting, but he didn't realize they're getting engaged on. And then now Dharma, Kuka might be in a little bit of trouble here. Not able to get away. Oh, slow comes out. Dowda looking 1v2. He's not doing enough damage for T to be able to get away. So that's a little bit not paying attention right there, right? The teleportation in a competitive scene. This is not rank, so you try to teleport. You definitely need to make sure you keep your teammates safe. The area is covered, and then that mistake has paid dividend to side of Alpha Gaming. Let's see the rotation here. 1-4. Wen got caught alone one more time. I noticed that in this game, you cannot stand in the mid bush as a mage alone. You're gonna get caught out tremendously. Whoa. He even used the flash to come. He saw the people, he flashed into the other side, but they immediately realized, and everybody jumped to the other side of the wall. I mean, that is unfortunate. And Wen's talking to the team. Jeez. That's kind of funny to watch, actually. He just flashed over the wall. Yeah, Fatih is so strong. Look, this is why Yu Huan is also strong, right? He just goes in and engages like this. And his engage is super far range with a big ass circle. And he has regeneration, speed, roam around the map. So that's why this character HoK is such a strong character to be used here. Let's take a look at Yulong. Getting CC'd. Oh, they want to go in here, a little bit aggressive. Dharma comes out with a one flash. And then there you go, that's the death of Yulong right there. Yixing is able to survive, leveraging. I'm just kidding. Yixing was just surviving, and then a little bouncy bounce from Wen comes out. Okay, well, you forced me to use flash, if not with ultimate, I'm gonna revenge. Let's look at macro rotation one more time. So leveraging that team fight win, a comeback, OG is able to be back in a lead for gold and able to convert that into Overlord. But Overlord, see the thing about Overlord is what I learned. People don't understand the difference between Tyrant and Overlord. Tyrant, for sure, is the more important objective early game because it gives you the buff your team needed to then team fight and convert that into something else. For example, you need to push a tower. So mostly, in Honor of King, number advantage is very important. So if you have a number advantage, you have a Tyrant buff, it's extremely strong, right? But what is Overlord for, you might ask? Well, by the way, Tyrant gives you like the thunder effect, kind of like this Sparge Forge Dagger. Whereas if you look for Overlord, it creates this Vanguard instead of the lane. And what a Vanguard does in the early game, it's not very strong against towers, it's decent. But what a Vanguard does mostly is shrink amount the gold that your enemy team can receive. It's mostly just to give yourself more gold lead. Because like a full minion wave, you have in the early game, right? After 4 minutes are in the mid game, you have like a horse thing. I forgot what it's called, but it's not a cannon yet because after 10 minutes that's when you get cannon. You got a horse thing, you got a melee minion, you got a range minion, and you got like the thing that shoots arrows out. So that's total of if somebody soaked the wave completely on their own, that's 300 goldish. But one little Vanguard is only 100 something gold. So you literally effectively cut the lane economy by half. So that's like why it's good for economy. But it's also pretty decent on pushing if your team is able to take advantage of it, right? Because tower does less damage to Vanguard. However, it's not. I would say it doesn't give your team any buff. It's mostly just for the economy and push. If you can take advantage of it, like I said. Over here, the engage comes out actually from the side of Alpha Gaming, but pay was simply not there. They made a huge mistake, right? Why engaging a team fight without vision onto? You obviously have no vision on where enemy teams are, and then to engage on this is crazy, right? They probably thought they could do a 4-man circle, and that didn't pan out in their favor. So instantly, Fatih just get killed, murdered, slaughtered like animals. Meanwhile, Pei's farming. So there's a huge disconnect on communication there, and now Saber is dead as well. OG one more time, able to take that advantage and then convert into more advantage, right? So now we're sitting at 3,000 gold lead. We're sitting at 2 towers advantage as well with another Tyrant. So with Tyrant buff on their in their hands, let's take a look at how they still have 50 seconds of Tyrant buff right there. Let's see what they want to do with the Tyrant buff. And I like how Honor of King UI is able to show you, okay, you know, enemy team now have a Tyrant buff. You might be able to do something with it. Let's take a look. Hold on 1 second. Man, like I gotta, sorry about the pause, guys. I gotta, you know, go pick up a call there. When you try to record a video in Saudi Arabia in a working environment, everything's dynamic. There's stuff happening here and there and everywhere, so gotta pay attention here. Flash comes out, and then now Pei is caught alone, but Pei is very mobile. Can you get away? Can you get out alive? This is a mobile tiger, and this is jungle. He's able to get out just in time, so very mobile there. But the Flash comes out from Wen, not able to capitalize anything. I think Wen for sure is acting like a goofball again. Oh, this is a bad position. This is a bad position for OG to be in. But obviously Dharma popped off, bro. HoK, right? Let's go. This is why we like HoK, right? This is why we got the jersey. HoK. See literally what happened there. One team fight. Bad position for OG to be in, but they have some goal lead. And let's take a look at the team fight, how it advanced, right? I will look at Pei. You see, there's disconnect from Alpha Gaming. Pei got die idea pretty low, but it's just a die idea. And Algron's low right now. They already killed Algron's low, but they're not able to capitalize on it. And it's mostly Dharma coming from the side. Look at HoK comes in, finding kill number 1, and then finding kill number 2. So there are a lot of action coming out from HoK right there that truly turn the whole thing around. And now Channel is able to recall. I think he's able to defend the tower here, but what a team fight. It's too chaotic, but OG for sure was, you know, that could have, being low already in that position and getting caught out in that position is a big shout out to Alpha Gaming for doing that, right? They saw an opportunity and then seized it. And obviously knowing the opportunity is when did they have ultimate, already used flash, and then that's like a big no-no, right? That's why you gotta be more careful as a mage. Mage players shouldn't be should be level-headed here. I think Yulong, the slow comes out into the wall. Now Tiger into the wall, and then he turns to a ghost. Okay, with that kill, convert into Shadow Overlord. With a Pei split push, because he's looking for farm, and you can see the reason why Pei's trying to split push. He's sitting at 10,000 gold, even though the team's behind. But Pei, when team is behind, is really hard to play, unless you're able to camp somebody, one-shot somebody. Pei overall, just this character, when behind, doesn't offer much to the team. Let's take a look at this engage. Immediately flash onto Yixing one more time. He's just dead. And then Yu Huan's able to get out because it's Yu Huan, right? Pei, is it lucky? Pei. Whoa, HoK one more time. Has to be MVP. Dude, this player is popping off. He was in position. And this is a fight. But by the way, this is why you have to play together as a team, right? And HoK obviously could have gone from the top side a little bit more. The position could have been a little bit more separated. If you watch how KPL's position is, it's more structured, right? When they approach a team fight. And that's not something that we saw in that team fight. However, HoK mechanically, all the skill mechanically are just different. And that's why they're able to outmaneuver the enemy team. It's mostly, there's a micro and macro difference that OG have demonstrated in this particular game. So if I have to give MVP this particular series, I would give it to HoK. I did extremely well, and also I got his jersey. Anyways, guys, what do y'all think about the team's training in the Chinese server? Do you see a visible difference in your opinion? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Remember, use the link in the description or the QR code on screen for the 20% extra tokens, so you can buy all the Jurassic Park and a bunch of other stuff that's available in the game right now. Friday Frenzy is going on. Watch KWC. Come vote for me in game. With that said, I'm signing off, and I'll see you guys all next time, if there is next time. Bye for now.